Attention gamers. Take a look at this cocky bot lane pushing up, thinking they are doing so well, getting ready to copy pasta some bot gap crap in all chat at the end of the game until oh wait, what in the riot spaghetti code is that? A scuttle crab as pathway out of river, psych bitch, that's yours truly. And when this slow moving snapping turtle pays a visit to your lane, it ends poorly for those who don't respect it. But it's not as troll as it may seem, as when I'm ganking from my screen it's obvious to any warding support that I am paying them a visit, but from their perspective, looking at their mini-map isn't gonna do jack squiddly squat until it's too late and I'm on top of them. That's why I always choose to identify as something that doesn't show up on the mini-map when I am conducting my ganks, and let me tell you, no toaster in the bathtub themed polar bear will be equipped to deal with that surprise. But I'm down to earth, you see. We watch these minions day in and day out sacrifice their lives for us, but when you put yourself in their shoes and then subsequently disrespect their species by throwing a snare at the wrong target, it's an eye-opening experience that hopefully ends in a hot blonde bailing you out. I may be the worst actor auditioning for the role of blue team melee minion, but guess what baby, I'm the only one on that casting couch, and this Warwick is gonna be the one sucking a fat wiener because of it. Never doubt the power of a scuttle crab that broke free from the societal pressures of patrolling river, because deep down that thing just wants to watch the world burn, and that, my friends, is exactly what you'll be doing. Your Aatrox may be dealing with some pussy-footed greasy-fingered top laner playing Teemo, but you are here to say he's not alone, and that little Hawk 234 can eat a brick. Why is there two scuttle crabs spectating this team fight? Oh, I don't know, because one of them is me, and newsflash, zombies can actually die, you just have to catch them off guard. These penned up butt plugs playing this game don't understand patience, but you know that waiting equals winning when you can be anything. And then there's Gromp. Gromp comes out when shit needs done, and let me tell you, if you see a full-grown Gromp running at you a few zip codes from his home, you should respect it, because Gromp means business, and Gromp always gets fed. Because Gromp uses Factor. Introducing the sponsor of the madness you are about to witness. Factor is the most urgently awesome meal delivery service on the planet, and they are sponsoring this video to promote a healthier population of gamers with their cheap, fresh, never frozen pre-made meals. Think about getting caught in an intense chase where you have to have the physical conditioning to run away from your enemies while having the mental clarity to juke everyone, and that's only possible if you fuel your body with the right stuff on Factor. A website that lets you select the type of meals you want and how many a week, and then bam, it gets delivered to your door fresh, ready to be beamed and eaten. But urgent limited time offer, hints the music, using the link below, or code RAVOAK50 gets you 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders. So get fed like Gromp off Factor, and let's get back to the games. Alright, let's take a look at how some actual games go on this tie-dyed lizard. As you see, I always like to get at least 3 to 4 camps, and so I know I've gotten enough protein to begin my day, but then I start getting the craving to identify as something else, which typically lines up with a wave en route to one of the lanes. I choose mid in this case because these two were all over each other like two horned dogs after prom, so I figure I will come in teeny weeny wizard status and wait for the right opportunity. Bam, get Fruit Loop bitch into Starburst combo, gets M every time, and you can see in chat just how unexpected my grand reveal truly was. There's some movement speed math involving what tier of boots you have when transformed into NPCs, or some algebraic fuckery that I don't care to understand, so until I get boots I typically stick to arriving at parties as a hoodlum, which opens up all kinds of opportunities. Typically this lane would be way too pushed up for a lane gank, plus my acting skills are pre-coitus porno level here, but it doesn't matter, because even with their C-tier execution we are able to get some summoner spells off of the shitters down here, which in this case is enough for me to order red meat off of the menu at McDragon's and to not get haggled by anyone trying to interrupt my meal. At this point the only person I haven't formally met while dressed up like a short and stout sorcerer is their top, so I send a group of 3 a phishing email, and the last dumbass falls for it, aka get your identity stolen buddy. But here you can see that without boots the movement speed is a quick disqualifier in terms of me playing the part. Luckily League players are not accustomed to paying attention to buggy NPC behavior, so he is clueless as I pop out, try to hit a colorful cannonball and then trade flashes in an exchange that would have been cleaner if Gargoyle Gary would have just froze like I asked him to. It's worth noting that sometimes all I wanna be is me, slide into a lane and ask some overextended wing ding if she's interested in saving 15% on her car insurance by switching to Geico, but she's like, nah, insurance is a scam when I can just outplay death, plus this toddler version of Thor is going to escort you back into your forest where you can fuck off. But the thing is, I don't take kindly to being reverse whack-a-mole by some pig-tailed Avenger, so I immediately return to bear witness to her demise via 15 minty toothpicks. That said, in the midst of identifying as jungle objectives, I forgot about my responsibility to kill them, and now I have to slay some dragon, but I always approach it as a minion because of the mini-map thing, but also some CC doesn't hit minions, which probably doesn't apply here, but it does help me hit a sexy splash into slaughter combo before telling my teammates that the ghost is clear this way and having them help me take the objective that the enemy team worked so hard to prepare for me. Ideally I want to crawl inside of a dead scuttle crab skin and pop out like a party trick up top, but this particular encounter requires some level of urgency, and these bimbos are paying less attention than Jack Doherty when he's driving on the highway, so I come in and pray that this Ram Reaper doesn't crawl into my anus. Luckily he passes away and my ult cooldown pieces out from the party, which lets me clutch the double, and in this particular case the power of a jungler who makes visits to every part of the rift identifying as a different species every time was too much for the quitters on the enemy team to handle. This game wasn't quite as good of a start considering I got fucking swatted pre-game when I was deep in a doom scroll world record attempt on my phone and I had to resort to flashy measures just to get out. Then as I was living my life in a leashless solitude sucking off my first camp alone, some kids party performance circus reject clown tried to pull a quick one on me. I thought the Shaco stalking was over, but of course this nutcracker plays like a ball buster, but XP gap is real, so I Fruit Loop the lunatic, let him play his peekaboo and simply wait for the granite countertop that I trained to walk to help a homie out. And if you ever play with me, I want you to know I honor bro code, which means you scratch my balls, I suck on yours, and in this case it means Autopilot Annie is gonna receive an unwanted definition of the phrase counter gank that she can think about from base. And then because we are boys for eternity, I tell him I can dress up and cosplay different things around him to keep things spicy, but others got word of my kinky propositions and arrived for a gangbang, so all I could do was make sure the cuckold around the goth kept him from participating. But then it was straight back into position for what was about to be the dankest gank ever. But then it was straight back in position for what was about to be the dankest mental 5D chess outplay ever. Fuck, I forgot about this dragon thing again, and the best a last ditch Fruit Loop was gonna do for me at this point was tie up Chester the Jester and kill him, but I wanted more. More that I couldn't have, so I guess what better way to combo being the worst jungler than to steal your own bot lane's hard-earned kills. That said, I knew Chuckles the annoying shitbag would be paying a visit mid, so I figured I would be there too just in case he would want his corpse to be decorated with a colorful piñata pop of wasted ult cooldowns. Some counting psychopath took a trip up here to show off the fact that he walks at a considerably slower pace than me, so I tied him up and then told Caitlyn that he's responsible for her parents' death in Piltover, even though I know it was actually Kamala Harris as she took it out on him. Then I don't know what's worse, the fact that the enemies are still falling for the old me as a minion in the mid lane trick, or me failing to realize that I don't need to push my alt key after a target is clearly dead. But whatever, it worked and I wanted this tower down, even if it meant I had to get in a risky game of guess the fake O, which was quite the nail biter. Ahahaha, Jin players, am I right? Anyways, from time to time I would act like I cared about objectives like I should, but really I just wanted to kill another clown, and so yeah, we passively slayed the drakes anyways. Boring pro play shit. All I really wanted was to let the gromp out of the cage one last time. And that concludes part 1 of the adventures of Nico Jungle. Eat Factor Foods because I said so. Rav out.